Dinosaur Adventure Land in Lenox, Alabama at Genesis Baptist Church. We're going to be trying to finish up Exodus chapter 8. It starts off the chapter where Pharaoh said, I got to have one more night with them frogs. And there's another thing comes up in this rest of this chapter, I think you're going to find, where Moses played lawyer with him. This is great. I loved the debate the other night with that lawyer. You know, the word attorney comes from the word to turn, to twist. They twist things. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so my wife and I are going to sing One More Night with the Frogs. Join us with if you'd like. Come over here, hit something, touch a button. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Over in the books of Moses, the strangest thing I found about this man called Pharaoh. He brought plagues all over town,
but he was very hard. He disobeyed the things that God had said. So the Lord sent fleas, flies, and frogs, and turned the water to bloody red. Moses said to Pharaoh, won't you let my people go? Pharaoh said to Moses, now you know this can't be so. Won't you come back in the morning, take a journey with you one and all. But tonight I just can't give them up. I want one more night with them frogs. One more night with them stinking frogs. One more night in sin. I had a terrible time with them last night, but I just gotta do it again. This will always be a part to me, and I reckon it's all because while we could have had sleep, rest, and peace, but chose one more night with them frogs.
You play good, babe.
Yeah. Now we find here a lot of people like the ones in Egypt's land who go staggering, slipping, and sliding, doing all they can to stand, just holding on to some little old sin that don't amount to a thing at all. Yes, they're gonna give it up tomorrow. They want one more night with them frogs, one more night with them stinking frogs, one more night in sin. I had a terrible time with them last night, but I just gotta do it again. This will always be a plus to me, and I reckon it's all because he could have had sleep, rest, and peace, but chose one more night with them frogs. Rivet. There, he closes up the song with it. Thank you so much, man. Amen. Encore. Yeah, I get lots of requests, but I sing anyway. Okay. Let's see. Home. All right. We are the folks who believe the Bible is true. God made. Oh, Crybaby joined us on that song. Did you notice him up above our head there? There's a triette or a quartet or a fiveette or whatever they call it. Okay. So let's see. We're on Rumble, Kent Hovind Official, on Genesis Baptist Church on YouTube, and they're all listed on Dr.Dino.com, our website. Call 855-BIG-DINO if you want to talk to somebody here. Number 1 for the secretary. Who's 0? Somebody's a 0, right? Bobby. You get the Science Center tours, a 0. And 2, who gets 2? You get 1 and 2? Oh, brother, no wonder you get so many calls. Okay, and 3, I get extension 3, and tech department get. Is there a 5, 6, 7?
I'm 5.
5. If you want to come to spend the night in the cabin, schedule with an extension 5. If you don't, just start pushing buttons. Somebody will eventually pick it up. Okay, let's see. In wartime, it's supposed to be army against army, not against civilians. But reality don't happen that way. Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. 2,400 people died in that attack. 2,000 lives were lost in the Navy, and 68 civilians killed. The Japanese did not give any warning. Please evacuate your civilians. We're coming in. No, just bombed them. So Hiroshima, we dropped a bomb on Hiroshima, a big one, killed a whole bunch of people, and most of them were civilians. Same thing in Nagasaki. In the Gaza Strip, Hamas has been bombing Israel and sending rockets in, sending terrorists in for years. Now, who's right and wrong about the conflict is not the purpose of this quick intro this morning. But they have tunnels all over. So Israel said, guys, get all your move out of the north half. We're going to level it. Okay, they warned them. And many civilians are taking the hint and getting out, okay? They've had a couple days, get out. Where are they going to go? I don't know, but it beats staying there. 2,600 years ago, The prophet Zephaniah was inspired by God to write his book, one of the last books of the Old Testament in the Bible, the book of Zephaniah, not a very big book. Zephaniah said, "Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, that it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken." Wait. There's 2.2 million people that live there. I mean, nobody's going to be left in Gaza? That's what Zephaniah said 2,600 years ago. Ashkelon, a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. What a prophecy. You see a similar thing in the book of Amos in the Old Testament. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom. I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof. I will cut off the inhabitant of Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter of Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron. The remnant of the Philistines shall perish. Interesting. Well, there's Gaza, and up here is Ashdod and Ashkelon. This is what Gaza looked like in 2007. Here it is today. It's sad. It's extremely sad. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong. I'm just pointing out the prophecy is being fulfilled. God said, Gaza shall be forsaken. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Now, you atheists, listen carefully. I know you don't believe the Bible. Yet. You will. It shall be fulfilled. Every knee shall bow. All you atheists, I've debated 336 of them now. Your knee's going to bow before Jesus, and you're going to say, Jesus Christ is Lord to the glory of God the Father. I promise you that'll happen. It's coming. Might not be today. It's coming for all of us, okay? I chose to do it now voluntarily before they have to start dropping bombs. God might have to drop a bomb or two. Anyway, coming to you live from Genesis Baptist Church in Lenox, Alabama. Come on down, visit us. We have cabins you can come stay in. Call 855 BIG-DINO extension 5 if you want to spend the night. We'll give you 1 or 2 nights. After that, we're going to put you to work, right? Whole place built by volunteers and donations. It's amazing. By the way, we need somebody who's good with concrete. We got a couple small slabs of concrete, like a driveway to pour. Our crew is just swamped. We have pine beetles infecting some of our trees. How many trees total you got to take down? Maybe 25, 30? Yeah. So they're busy. We're busy. There's only 20 people live here and work here. Well, 20 people live here, about 6 work here. And so, but come on down, help us out, especially if you pour concrete. We just form up a little spot, pour the slab, and smooth it off, and put the flat side up. That's all you got to do with concrete, okay? We have lots of cabins you can stay in. Everything's free around here. Nice cabins, you can come stay, bring your family. It's fine. We'll feed you, house you, put you to work, and all that stuff. 17 lakes now, fishing, swimming. They stocked all the lakes again last week. How many fish did they put in, Billy? Do you know?
What's that?
How many fish did they put in?
Probably 10,000 people.
Probably 10,000. Yeah. Come on down. I told the guy yesterday, I said, one of our guys caught a fish that far from the boat. Didn't they? You remember that? Yeah. Just a picture weighed 12 pounds. It took 4 guys to carry the picture. Billy, tell them how big a fish that is. That's a big one. Yeah, huge. Okay. We have a cool science center and playground, cabins you can stay in for free. What are you waiting for? Come on down. Okay. We are on slide number 480. 480. Get it? One more night with the frog. In the last session, we showed how God sent frogs to show Pharaoh their silly frog god was nothing. They actually worshiped the frog. Dumb. I mean, like real dumb. But today the atheists worship time. How could the amoeba turn to a whale? Well, over billions of years. Oh, that's your God that can do the miraculous. Yeah, time. I see. Okay. Pharaoh chose to spend one more night with the frogs. Idiot. So, and the Lord said to Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Why would he let's see, one of the plagues was against the snake god, the frog god, but the dust of the earth? Oh yeah, they worshiped the flies and the dust. What a dumb God to have, okay? And they did so, and Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Let's see, lice. Head lice are tiny insects that feed on blood from the human scalp. How many have ever been bitten by a lice before? A louse, loose, whatever they call them, okay? And can be found in the head, eyebrows, and eyelashes of people. Lice are real tiny and very annoying when you get them on you. And up close and personal, ugly, except to Mrs. Louse. She thinks he looks handsome, okay? Dust and lice, God versus Geb. Well, who's Geb? The plague in Exodus 8 was directed toward Geb, the great god of the earth. They had so many gods, I don't know how they kept track of it. I just got one. The Egyptians gave offerings to Geb for the bounty of soil. They were so glad for dirt. Wow, look at this dirt. It brings us food. Let's worship the dirt. Okay. Go worship Walmart. They have food. Okay. Yet it was the soil that this plague originated from. He struck the dust of the earth, and it became like lice on man and beast. It was said that this species of lice were so small, it was hardly visible to the human eye, but had a sting that would cause the most painful irritation of the skin. Offering to Geb. They'd even creep into the eyes and nose. This plague also struck the heart of Egyptian worship. The Egyptian priests were extremely careful about hygiene and ritual cleansing. They didn't want to appear before their God dirty. The lice infested their body and made them unable to worship before their gods or enter the temples to pray for deliverance. They can't even go in and pray to the moon god to save them from the frog god or dust god, whatever it is. Now they got a problem. The plague was also upon every animal, leaving them defiled, stopping their sacrificial system before the god. They can't even find a clean one to sacrifice. The cows are out there scratching each other's back. Geb, the god of the earth. In ancient Egypt, the Geb was the great god of the earth. He was the son of earlier primordial elements and the ancestor of a group of gods who would influence the world. What a dumb thing to worship the earth. Geb was the god of the earth. He served as a judge of the souls of the dead. He was linked to agriculture and fertility of crops. His laugh caused earthquakes. Geb was the father of snakes. He was one of the Aeneid of Heliopolis. He was the divine king of Egypt. Worship Geb, the god of the dirt. Lice can be really painful, okay? I was school principal for a while, and when kids got lice, you got to send them home. Don't come back till they're gone, right? We don't want to spread them around the school. Geb, the Egyptian god of earth. Just Google it. There's a bunch of stuff in there. You know what? People are still doing that today, worshiping the earth. Mother Earth, the modern Save the Planet movement, still got the same stupid God that the Egyptians had. Love Mother Earth. Yes, the divine goddess Earth. Dumb, dumb, dumb. International Mother Earth Day. Now listen, I'm all in favor of protecting the earth and protecting your property. But the solution to all this is private property ownership. See, we take care of our property. What the neighbors do over there, I don't know. We take care of ours. If the whole world was owned by private individuals, they would say, man, I'm going to take care of mine, right? Tellus, also called Terra Mater, ancient Roman earth goddess, probably of great iniquity. She was concerned with productivity of the earth and later identified with a mother goddess, Cybele. So the Romans got this dumb idea to worship the earth also. Anyway, chapter 8. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought forth lice, but they could not, for there were lice upon man and upon beast. And the magicians said to Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. Pharaoh, we can't do these tricks. This is really God doing it. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened. I don't know what it's going to take for this guy. And he hearkened not to them as the Lord had said. And the Lord said to Moses, rise up early in the morning, stand before Pharaoh. He cometh forth to the water. Probably he's going to be the guy scratching everywhere on his body at the same time, okay? And say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go that they may serve me. Pharaoh, this message is not complicated. You've heard it about 5 times now. Are you ready? Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee and upon thy servants, flies, and upon thy people and into thy houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. Why would he do flies? Well, it's very interesting. The 4th plague, flies, was a judgment of their god. How do you pronounce that? Chit, whatever. The fly god. They actually had a fly god they worshipped. They made little golden flies and wore them around their neck. God clearly distinguished between the Israelites and the Egyptians. No swarms of flies bothered the areas where the Israelites were. Interesting. When people reject the only true God of the universe, they will worship just about anything. They do. It's mind-boggling. Atheists today worship time, like billions of years can create anything. It's so dumb. A fly god. Yep. The symbol of the fly in ancient Egypt. Here's a necklace. Those little triangle things. Those are all flies. They worship the fly. Why? Well, this god, however you pronounce it, Uatchet, the Egyptian goddess of the flies, is known as the Lady of the Marshes, where the papyrus grows and many insects live. She guards all life of the Nile Delta. Oh, yeah, the flies guard everything. And is regarded as the manifestation of the god Uatchut, the blood-sucking gadfly or dog fly. This fly is regarded as the manifestation of their god. Even the humble fly, called af in Egyptian, was worn as a homopoetic, whatever you pronounce it, amulet. Fly amulets were distinctively V-shaped, emphasizing the head and wings. They varied in size, but most were 2 centimeters or smaller and could be strung on a single necklace or bracelet, often interspaced by beads. Small fly amulets have been found in Egypt made of gold, silver, bone, lapis, some other stuff, okay? Wearing a fly amulet was probably believed to protect the wearer from insect bites. Yeah, do you know if you wear a fly on your neck, the other flies won't bite you? They're brilliant, aren't they? And ward off pesky flying creatures. Okay, through apotropaic magic. I said, what is that? Apotropaic, designed to avert evil. Yeah, it's magic. If you wear a fly, they won't bite you. Everybody knows that. Wearing a fly around your neck will protect you from harm. You'll never get hurt. We're going to start selling them in our bookstore. Okay, Bobby? You don't want to? Okay. There's giant ones on display at the museum. The golden flies of Queen Ahotep. There you go. A golden fly might surprise you as a military reward, especially beside the more ferocious lion, until you consider the indefatigable persistence that flies are known to exhibit. You ever been bothered by a fly? You just can't seem to get rid of it. That's why they thought, wow, if our soldiers would be like that, just keep coming, keep coming. They may swat at you, but keep coming. Act like a fly when you're out there on the battlefield. You won't soon forget the misfortune of getting caught in a swarm of flies. Boy, that's the truth. There's all different kinds of flies. They might have had a common ancestor called a fly. Doesn't prove they came from an amoeba or a dot. You atheists, I feel sorry for you. Okay. So, Psalm 78. They remembered not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. Talking about the children of Israel didn't remember when God brought them out of Egypt. How he wrought signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and turned their rivers to blood and their floods that they could not drink. He sent divers, which means diversity, different. He sent different sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. He gave their increase to the caterpillar, their labor to the harvest. I will sever, God said, in that day the land of Goshen, where the Jews lived, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there. Why are you going to do that, God? To the end that thou mayest know. Pharaoh, I'm trying to teach you a lesson, son. You're going to be covered in flies. My people won't be. Do you think maybe you should start asking questions like, who's doing this and how come we get them and they don't? I mean, does that thought ever enter your mind? That maybe your fly is not a god. Maybe your frog's not a god. By the way, atheists, maybe time's not a god. Maybe time can't do anything. Maybe mutations can't do anything. Yeah. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. So Moses goes in before Pharaoh. Tomorrow you're going to be covered in flies. And the Lord did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, into his servants' houses, in all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, go. Oh, finally he's getting the message. Now you can go. Sacrifice to your God in the land. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did he say? Moses said, God told me to tell you, let the people go 3 days' journey into the wilderness. Pharaoh said, you can go, sacrifice in the land. First compromise. Pharaoh's a lawyer, a politician. Go ahead and sacrifice, as long as you stay here. Moses said, it's not meet to do so. We shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us? No, Pharaoh, we got to get out of town to do this. Pharaoh is slowly starting to see the light. He is not God, and none of his other gods are gods either. I'm Ra, the sun god. I'm Ra, the sun god. I'm Ra, I'm Ra. Hey, listen to me, I'm Ra. No, Pharaoh, you're not God, okay? He's slowly starting to see the light. He's not God. None of his other gods are either. He has gone from, no, I won't let you go, to his first compromise. Yes, you can sacrifice in the land. Many Christians fall for this one. Brother Meister, how many people have you seen become Christian in your, by the way, yesterday, 62-year anniversary for the Meisters? Yay, congratulations, brother. That's a long time for her to put up with you. Gee whiz. The people, they give their heart to the Lord, but they want to stay in Egypt. You ever seen that, brother? They want to keep the worldly lifestyle, the worldly vocabulary, watch the junk on TV. Has nothing changed in your life? Are you saved, but you're still in Egypt? Do you still have a bunch of bad friends? I didn't know there was a TV show called Bad Friends. I don't watch TV at all. There was apparently some kind of show, episode 45. I don't know what it's about. Who are you hanging around anyway? If you've given your heart to the Lord, you need to get out of Egypt. See, there's a law in physics. I taught physical science 15 years, one of my sciences. It's called the inverse square law. If just X amount of light hitting an object at a certain distance, if you double the distance, it's only 1/4 of the light intensity, luminosity. If you go 3 times out, it's only 1/9. You take the 3 squared, which is 9. It applies to light, gravity, magnetism, and bad friends. Their influence drops off as your distance from them increases. The further you get, it works with gravity, light, magnetism, girls. See, you get too close, never mind. Okay, your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. You better stop and really soak that one in. Who are you keeping as friends? You claim you love the Lord. Are your friends dragging you down? Maybe you need to get out of Egypt. Don't fall for that compromise. Oh, you can serve God and stay in Egypt. Don't fall for that. Moses said, no, Pharaoh, we will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness, only ye shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. Second compromise. Okay, you can go, but don't go very far. Many Christians fall for that one. They're not really still in Egypt. They don't go to the bars anymore, but they invite the same friends over to their house to drink with them. Come on, get out of Egypt, get away, get away. Moses knew that God said, get out, 3 days' journey, get away. Bible says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good, abstain from all appearance of evil. You got to just get away. Some people don't get it. 2 Corinthians, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Who do you have for your best friends? Who do you text with and tweet with, whatever tweet is, and Facebook with, and all that kind of stuff. I have a lot of friends that aren't saved, but I don't spend a lot of time with them. I want to influence them, not have them influence me. Get out of Egypt, get way away from Egypt, okay? Wherefore come ye out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. I'll receive you. In the book of Revelation 18, he said, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean bird. Come out of her, my people. Now, thankfully, the Jews gave the Palestinians warning, get out of Gaza. We're going to flatten that place. Then we're going to pour them tunnels full of gasoline and set it on fire. We don't want to go in there, send our soldiers in there. We're going to just explain it to these guys in a language they understand. I don't know what they're going to do in there, but they're going to flatten that place. It's going to be a place for shepherds. You watch. The Bible said so. It's going to be desolate. Get out. These people had warning. Get out of Gaza. Okay, we did not get warning to get out of Pearl Harbor. They just bombed it. God's given you warning. Get away from Babylon. Get out of Egypt. Christians, start living a godly life. The Lord said to Moses, get in the morning and tell Pharaoh, let him go. Thus saith the Lord, let my people go that they may serve me. The whole purpose of letting them go was so they could serve God. They need to get away from Egypt to do that. Some of you still don't get it. You're trying to serve God and stay in Egypt, aren't you? If you're saved, you might need to get away from some old friends. You know your life, I don't. You might need to get away from some old habits. You might even need to get away from some family if they're dragging you down. Yeah. I gave my heart to the Lord February 9th, 1969. That's my 1963 Volkswagen, my first car. That thing would go 0 to 60 eventually. I was a pretty popular kid in high school. I had my own car. Right away, that makes you popular in high school. I was a high school chess champion twice. I was Eagle Scout. I was number 3 on the tennis team. I finally had to give up tennis the year they outlawed asbestos. I couldn't believe it. I used to hit the ball so fast it would catch fire. I had to use special asbestos tennis balls. You believe me, don't you? Billy, you believe me, right? Okay. I had lots of friends in high school. I hired a lot of them to help my dad build the house we were building. So they'd like that, to have a job in the weekends and stuff. I led Tom Pisano to the Lord. That's the guy on the other side on the left of the picture there behind the Volkswagen. I led Tom to the Lord in high school. He led John to the Lord. He brought his best friend John to church. John and I went off to Bible college together. Tom and I had competition who could date the most girls in high school. I got up to 300 and something and then met the one I wanted. So anyway, we went off to Bible. Tom now pastors Christ Bible Church in Peoria. Peoria, look up Tom Pisano, Christ Bible Church. Go visit him. Tell him I said hi and come visit. There's Tom right there. Tom and I were best friends in high school. I had to give up most of my other friends. Shortly after I got saved, started going to church and reading my Bible, trying to live for the Lord, I noticed I didn't want to hang out with some of my old friends. Something had changed in my mind and in my heart. I didn't enjoy the cursing and swearing and filthy jokes, and something changed. Look, if nothing changed in you, you did not get what I got. I don't know what you got, but you didn't get what I got. Something snapped inside. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. You claim you're a Christian, well, get out of Egypt. Awake to righteousness, sin not. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, and a companion of fools shall be destroyed. That's the truth. One of the hundreds of lessons I teach when I give the outside safari tour, I stop by these 3 trees. It's on our journey. I say, look at this, boys and girls. They all followed each other's bad example and went crooked together. They even influenced other people watching from a distance. Are your bad friends influencing you? Have you ever done something dumb because you're with a friend who was dumb? How many have ever done that before? You wouldn't have done it by yourself. Put them together. Whew. No telling what they'll do. Absolutely no telling. I'm with stupid. Some people need a shirt like this. Yeah, I'm with stupid. There we go. You sure are. Okay. Dumb. Dumber. Hilarious movie. Toxic people will pollute everything around them. Don't hesitate. Fumigate. Get out of Egypt. As I grew in the Lord, felt like I had to get further from worldly friends to really worship the Lord. I got a haircut. I had long, beautiful blonde hair. Now, keep it like this ever since. Bible says it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Didn't you read that verse yet? I read that verse and said, whoa, I didn't know that. Went and got a haircut that day. Stopped swearing, I started reading my Bible, listening to good sermons, and invited all my friends to church. My life did a 180. Maybe some of you are having a hard time serving the Lord because you accepted Pharaoh's offer and stayed in Egypt, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Or maybe you didn't go 3 days journey away. Stayed too close. Even Gandhi said something intelligent here. I will not allow anyone to walk in my mind with dirty feet. Do you let your friends you hang around pollute your mind? Come on now. What kind of things do they talk about? What kind of jokes do they tell? Where do they want to go? You might want to have to get out of Egypt. Yeah. Moses said, behold, I go out from thee. I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people tomorrow. Wait. Pharaoh asked him to make the frogs disappear tomorrow. That was stupid. Moses is pulling lawyer on him here. Well, Pharaoh, you didn't tell me when you wanted them to go, so just kind of to be mean to you Egyptians and get you the message, I'm going to ask God to take them away tomorrow. I thought that was funny. Moses, did Pharaoh catch it? No. He thought that's the way it's supposed to be. Got to spend one more night with them flies. Okay, Pharaoh. And let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully anymore in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. Moses said, Pharaoh, I'm going to ask God to take the flies away tomorrow. But don't you be deceitful. You better let us go. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. That means he asked the Lord, take them away. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses. And he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, which would have been the next day. And from his servants and from his people, there remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also. Neither would he let the people go. Well, let's see. How many chances has this idiot had now? Whole bunch. He's not getting the message. How many chances have some of you had and you're not getting the message? You better give your heart to the Lord and get saved. Some of you watch my debates and you only watch it to be critical, to find out that I missed a comma in a sentence or misspelled a word or something. You're not getting the message at all. God's delivering you a message. You need to give your heart to the Lord, get saved, get up on that stupid evolution idea, give it up, didn't happen, and give your heart to the Lord. But instead, you're like Pharaoh. Your heart's getting harder. You're not getting it. I don't know what else I can do to help. All right. How about you? Would you like to make today your birthday into God's family? February 9th, 1969, I prayed and said, Lord, I am a sinner. I deserve to go to hell, but I believe you died for me. I believe you rose from the dead. Would you please forgive me and save me and come live in my heart right now? And something snapped. A couple weeks later, I led my first soul to the Lord at the Heart of Illinois Fair, Peoria, Illinois, at the Youth for Campus Life Club booth. And then later led Tom to the Lord. And I've been leading the people to the Lord for 54 years, brother, 55 almost. It never gets old. I want to do it again. Today, I'll try to. Yesterday, I gave out, 5 or 6 gospel tracts, invited 8 or 10 people to church. And what did you do yesterday? Do you even carry tracts with you? Are you even trying to influence anybody? Do you carry them in your glove box? When's the last time you invited somebody? When's the last time you gave anything spiritual to your friend? When is the last time? You're still in Egypt, aren't you? Yeah. If you'd like to receive Christ, there's no magic prayer, but you could pray something like I did. Say, Lord, I'm a sinner. I'm guilty. I broke your laws. I deserve to go to hell. But I believe you died for me, and I believe you rose from the dead. I'd like you to forgive me and come live in my heart and save me. It's kind of like planting a seed. The seed knows how to make the tree, not the dirt. Dirt is 100% stupid. Dirt doesn't know nothing, okay? But if the seed can get in the dirt, now the seed can do its work and grow. If the dirt's too hard, seed can't get in. Okay, ain't nothing going to grow there. Some of you, your heart's too hard. You won't let Jesus in, will you? It's up to you. But if you'll let him in, he will do the work and transform you and make you a whole new person. It's amazing. I'd encourage you to do that. Make today your spiritual birthday. Let's see, what's the date today? October 15th. My wife and I's anniversary. 25 months today. Yeah, we celebrate every day anyway. So, okay. That's another story. Okay. Any questions or comments there I need to handle, brother?
Yes, sir.
Ken Hovind, love watching your videos. Are your ancestors from Scandinavia? Yeah, sure, you betcha. Ufta, hey there, fella, from Norway. Ole Espenes. 3 of my ancestors came from Norway, 1 from Germany, settled in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Did I say it right, guys? Minnesota. And Mom and Dad got married, moved to Peoria to work at Caterpillar Tractor. I was born down there in Peoria. So short answer, a long answer, yes. Norwegian, Vår det står det till idag. Good question, Ken. What are your thoughts on replacement theology? The Christian church has supported the nation of Israel, assuming the role as God's. Well, God still loves the Jews, and they're still his chosen people. We have not replaced them, okay? We are grafted in. We're the wild olive branch grafted in to the natural tree. And someday, the branch that was taken out is going to be grafted back in. So there's a long answer to that question. But no, I don't think I go along with replacement theology. Brother Meister, have you preached on that here? Okay. Let's see. I'm a recent convert. I still struggle with following. How can one refute the math of the radiometric dating technique geologists use to calculate the age of the rocks? Well, let's see. I had that open this morning, seminar part 7. I'll give you a quick illustration. If you can put my slides back up. You got it, okay. Slides back up. Let's see. Did I got it right? No. Alt F. There you go. Seminar part 7. If you get my seminar series, 18 hours long, I cover a bazillion of these type of questions, okay? How to prove the earth is not billions of years old. Seminar 7 is all questions and answers. It's actually 2 DVDs, probably 5 hours long. Commonly asked questions. Are there contradictions in the Bible? No, and I go through about 20 contradictions, showing they're not a contradiction. But let's see, carbon dating. Is that one right here? Look at this, look at this. I cover carbon dating. I won't give you the whole lesson here. Seminar part 7, carbon dating. That's a piece of coal dating of diamond. Both by carbon. Yeah, I've been under a lot of pressure. It's a joke, Anna. Okay, let's see. Carbon dating, geologic column. If you walked into a room and found a candle burning on a table, and I asked you the simple question, when was it lit? You say, I don't know. Well, let's do some science. Let's measure the candle. So we measure the candle exactly with a, micrometer. Get it down to 7 inches tall. Nobody argues the candle is 7 inches tall. 7.00000 inches tall. Got it exactly right. When was it lit? That doesn't tell me, does it? How about we sit there and watch it burn for a while? We measure how fast it's burning. We get a bunch of witnesses and we decide that candle's burning an inch an hour. We all agree. We publish it in a peer-reviewed journal. It's burning an inch an hour. Now we got 2 facts. Nobody argues. It's 7 inches tall. It's burning an inch an hour. When was it lit? You can't tell me, can you? Unless you make some assumptions. How tall was it when it started? I don't know. Has it always burned at the same rate? So with carbon dating, you're looking at a sample, seeing how much carbon-14 it has compared to how much carbon-12. Okay, you're watching how fast. We know the current rate of burn for carbon, 5,730 years, for half of it to decay. We know the rate of burn, inch an hour. We know how much is in it today. It's 7 inches tall. We don't know how much was in it to start with, nor do we know it's never been contaminated, nor do we know the rate of burn's always been the same. Radiometric dating would not have been feasible if they hadn't done the geologic column first. Let's see, I cover all this on video 7. Bad news for radiometric dating. They find all kinds of stuff. A great article on Answers in Genesis about this, and one on ICR.org about carbon dating. It's got too many assumptions. Any one of the assumptions would knock it out. Okay, in an honest court of law, no carbon dates would be accepted. If they had a decent lawyer to say, sir, you don't know how much was in that sample when it was alive. All you know is how much is in it when it's dead. So carbon dating, watch video 7. It goes into the Earth's atmosphere and how much C14 there is and all that stuff. But watch seminar part 7. Okay, a couple more questions and we'll quit. Anyway, but no, don't let them fool you. The Earth is not billions of years old, and carbon dating certainly does not prove it is. Neither does starlight. Cover that on part 7. What about the starlight? How do we see the light from the stars? Aren't they billions of light years away? Maybe so. They probably are. But 7 times in the Bible it says God stretched out the heavens. See, he made the earth first and then the stars and stretched them out into place. They could have been formed yesterday and be still that far away if he's stretching them out into space. Maybe that's why there's a red shift. Watch seminar part 7. Okay. Is fasting still important for prayer? What's the purpose of fasting? Well, some people obviously need to do that. Okay. Go to Walmart and you'll see. Okay. We had one student in my class. Everybody in class sat next to him. He was a well-rounded individual. So I don't know that fasting is critical. If you want to really get a hold of God, or maybe fasting is to discipline yourself. Say, God, I really want an answer. Lord, I'm not going to eat for 3 days. Please answer my question. That's fine. It's between you and God. You shouldn't tell anybody you're fasting. Oh, look at me, poor me, I'm fasting. Don't do that, okay? Then you're just trying to get attention for yourself. Okay, what about the mark of the beast? Can a believer receive it and still be saved? How can a chip prevent spiritual salvation? Also 2025 for the rapture. Okay, 3 questions there. I cover the mark of the beast on my new series, What on Earth is About to Happen? Whoa, get that 21 hours long, $100. Everything I can find in the scripture and in modern science. What is happening? Get the whole series and watch it. I'll get my chart that goes with it. I got the small one for $10 and the big one for $25 behind me over there. What's going to happen according to the Bible? I used to be very strongly independent, temperamental, fundamental Baptist, pre-trib. Had to take the pre-trib out. It's pre-wrath, but we're here for the trib. So I can't answer the question. I think the mark of the beast probably is a microchip that they will implant in your right hand or forehead. I think that's probably what it is. I think it's probably going to go along with the barcode. The barcode starts with a 6, has a 6 in the middle and a 6 at the end. It has since they made it in the early 80s. I cover that on video number 7. What about the mark of the beast? Get that, or on my video series, Whoa, What on Earth's About to Happen? Okay, Stacey, a question. So 2025, I don't think so. I think 2028 or 2030 will be the rapture if we make it that far. But a great verse to think about now, Luke 18:8. When the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? The question's never answered, but I think it's one of those rhetorical questions like, most Christians are going to be killed. You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, Jesus said. But don't get too attached to this world. You might be leaving it soon, okay? And instead of investing here, why don't you invest in heaven? So you do your giving while you're living, then you know where it's going. I'm the poet that don't know it, but my feet show it. They're Longfellows. Yeah, okay. All right, go ahead. Next question. Any more?
Yeah, last one.
Last one. Brother Hovind, where do you get those fantastic shirts from? Oh, my bra strap is showing. Hang on. Can't have my bra strap showing. Oh, okay. This was, people give me all kinds. Lady Di worked in our ministry for years. She gave me, how many Hawaiian shirts? 40? Probably. You got them for $0.25 a piece. Maybe it's 50 of them. I don't know. I like Hawaiian shirts. Makes me still feel young again.
But I will tell you now.
You bought me this one? With the Fibonacci. Yeah. You think, how did Fibonacci sequence evolve? Come on now, guys. Yeah. All right. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Come with us to Chinese restaurant. If you come to church, free lunch. And come visit Dinosaur Adventure Land. You don't even need to bring a shovel. How many shovels we got, Billy? About 12. We got both left and right-handed shovels. No excuses. Come on down. See you tomorrow.